there are concerns that the Mthatha shutdown could impact the elections. Newsroom Africa has seen IEC documents resembling a voter's roll as part of the cargo on one of the trucks that were looted in this morning's unrest. The N2 and R61 highways near Mthatha in the Eastern Cape remain blocked. Taxi operators are reportedly protesting a crackdown by authorities last week. Let's take you live to the scene and to Newsroom Africa's Nsiki Noia, who is monitoring that story. And Nsiki, it wasn't just IEC labelled papers that were strewn across the street, but also EFF T-shirts.
Indeed, Michelle, there are lots of EFF T-shirts that were looted by villagers. We've seen them in the morning, all of them including learners, wearing EFF T-shirts and yellow unbranded T-shirts, as well as IEC voters' roll, where names of the people were written there and those that are deceased. But I'm joined, Michelle, by EFF's provincial chairperson, Zilindile Vena, who's going to tell us exactly why their T-shirts were here, where were they heading to, and the voters' roll. Mr. Vena, take us through.
Thank you very much, Sister Tsiki. This morning we were told that there's nothing that is going to happen in Umtata due to the protest of taxis and everything that has to do with their things with the police. Indeed, everything of elections is in standstill here in Umtata. Everything, even including IC, can't do anything. Voting stations are closed. Our truck, which was traveling to East London, to our provincial office, was affected by the strike. And then we were alerted by the service provider who was bringing our T-shirts to the province that the truck has got involved in this protest. And we came, but it's difficult to come in up until the police, they secured the area. That is why at now, 2 o'clock, we are offloading some of the stuff that we will utilize for the elections. We are prepared as EFF to fight in these elections, even if we are encountering these difficulties. We will contest with everything that is left here. Also, we have notified our national leadership and the head office of what has happened. So people took everything. That is why it was read everywhere here. People have taken, and then we are fine. We will fight with whatever that we have now. We are not despondent, including these things of voters' roll. They are given to parties by IEC just for administrative purposes. That is why you will see parties in the information table outside. They have voters' roll for people to check if, and also for parties to know that has so-and-so come and reported for voting. If not, the transports will go and fetch them. As the EFF, that is why we are saying with whatever that we have now, we will fight because we have worked the ground. We are ready to change the situation in the Eastern Cape and in South Africa as a whole.
But the people that were looting here in the morning were, yes, in EFF regalia, and one would associate, what has happened here with EFF. What do you say to that?
Obviously, when you see people wearing EFF stuff, EFF is a protest movement. You will assume that these are EFF members, but we're saying these are people of our area. They took advantage of. That is why we are not crybabies. We are saying the EFF, with whatever that it has now, it will fight. But the EFF was not part. It just got affected by the protest. But we are not crybabies. We are saying that we will fight with whatever that we see here. That is remaining here. That is what is going to happen.
Obviously, you do have members that are going to vote on a special voting days today and tomorrow, and now that has not happened. Are you concerned?
We are very much concerned. The situation could have been handled if ever there was a real intelligence in South Africa. Because this thing, if when you follow it, you check, this thing started last week. But the ANC wants this chaos so that it can steal elections. This chaos could have been avoided. It's Monday today. IEC is not open in Umtata. People who have applied and they were granted, you can come and vote. They are not going to vote, and we are worried.
Thank you so much, Mr. Vena. That is Zilindile Vena, the provincial chairperson of the EFF, saying that they're not going to be deterred by what has happened here. They're going to forge ahead and fight so that they get numbers come election day on the 29th of May on Wednesday. I must say, Michelle, that we are waiting the National Commissioner of the Police. We were told that he's going to be flying out on helicopter from Margate to here where we are. So we're going to keep tabs until he arrives. Back to you, Michelle.
Well, Ntiki, before we let you go, I don't know about you, but for me, the issue is still clear as mud about what's happening there in Mthatha. The EFF saying they don't want to be crybabies on the one hand, and yet it's also accusing the ANC effectively of, if I'm wording it correctly, of sowing the kind of chaos that's been unfolding there in the background where you are. It's not about being crybabies, is it? It's incredibly important if indeed this is an act by another political party trying to impede the special vote unfolding in Mthatha today.
Yeah, definitely, Michelle. It is. That's what he said. And, you know, this entire chaos is not, to all our understanding, not because of the ANC, but it's because of the, you know, of what has happened last week when the police disarmed rather, the taxi leaders who were guarding their leaders at the Nelson Mandela Academic Hospital in an incident where two of them were fatally shot, one fatally shot in Tsolo on the way from Maclear in a meeting, and the other one was gunned down here in the CBD at the Sutherland Street here in Umtata. So we understand that this is election time. Every time you speak to a political party, of course, they will accuse of another political party because, I guess maybe because the ANC is the leading government, is the party in government at the moment. That is why he is saying that the ANC, this is the ANC, is blaming the ANC because it is in government. However, we will get an official response from government, from the police, and from the two taxi associations.
All right, Nsiki Noya, thanks very much indeed for that update from Mthatha in the Eastern Cape.